call the public hearing for Monday, May the 20th to order. And if everybody will stand, we'll have a short prayer and Dear Lord, we're here to do the business of the town, the island, and the public service district to make sure that the citizens of the entire island are well represented. So guide us in our endeavors tonight and make sure that we stay with the narrow. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. White, would you obtain the information and roll call, please?
Freedom of Information Act. In compliance with the Freedom of Information Act, notice of this meeting and its agenda were provided to all news media and persons requesting notification. Commissioner Brown Crouch?
Yes.
Commissioner Clifford? Here. Commissioner Engelmann?
Here.
Commissioner Laughlin?
Here.
Commissioner Platt?
Here.
Commissioner Poston?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson? Here.
Okay, what we're doing is a public hearing to hear about the agenda, the budget for the fiscal year 2019 through 2020. So I'm going to open it up for comments. People that have people signed in camera? or-
Yes.
They have. Okay, and we have our fancy Dan. We have our fancy Dan clock up here. I have no idea how long you'll be close to the end of it, but I'll start it when you're speaking. And I would like to ask everybody that when it beeps at you to stop the discussion and then get ready for the next person in line.
So each person has 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I want to come. Yeah, they're just anyways.
You will have 3 minutes to speak, and you will know what the time left on your time frame. Ms. White?
Robert Schumeyer?
What do you say, Alan?
I'll let you know in about a half an hour. One other thing, there will be no conversation back and forth with the people up here. It'll just be your comments, and we will take them in under advisement, and that if I ever learn how to work this thing. All right, Mr. Schumeyer.
Okay. I want to say I'm back, and I hope I'm going to stay back. Everything seems to be amended completely, so I'm back again. My understanding, and I've had people tell me about what's going on with the budget and everything, and when I arrived here, there was a budget and everything. Now I see an amended that's being passed around. Does that mean that you're not going to go with the original budget, or you're going to deviate away from it? I got some questions on that. It kind of contradicts what I heard. Now, some of the things in this new adjustment I like to see. It'll be that maybe some of the millage will be dropped. That's my only comment.
Vernon Simmons?
Yes.
You going to speak?
You would like to speak
Oh.
regarding the budget?
Uh,
You signed in?
yes. Yeah, you totally caught me off guard.
It's your turn, you can speak.
I still need to see the listen right now.
Okay, you don't have a comment?
Not right now,
Okay.
time, no.
Betty Simmons?
No.
Okay.
Just here.
Okay. Joanne Dixon?
Part of what you said?
If you could come up and give us your name and address, we'd appreciate it.
She has my name and address, you didn't do that. My name is Joanne Dixon, I live on Carroll Street, and
I would appreciate not getting a follow-up letter this year like last year that I got after speaking. It felt very intimidating. I have just two comments. It's a very different audience here than it was a year ago, and my personal feeling is because a lot of people didn't feel like it made it their OBs that they came. They didn't feel listened to or respected. I would like to see the Service Commission do a much better job of putting out information in the local papers. When the city and the council is having budget changes, ideas, things like that, we all know all about it. We all know when taxes are gonna go up, why, and what the discussion is. So much of this happens in secret, but here it is at the last minute, and we changed the date, and now we've got another amendment, and it just doesn't feel like we as citizens are being given the same consideration as the county and the city does to their taxpayers. I had a survey of my neighbors this last week about this meeting. The younger ones, the millennials, they don't even know that 1.5 or half of their taxes in their house and their car gets decided at this meeting, that they never read about in the paper to get much information. They don't have a clue how much power Public Service Commission has in taking our money to do what they want without, I feel, adequate discussion in newspaper. And I think it behooves the commission to take that on, to get that out, rather than having to call up a journalist from the Post and Courier all the time and have them come and get information to do that. I too agree with him. I would like to see the millage drop. I think it was too much last year. It kind of feels like SCEG with this fire station. We want a new fire station. We want to support our firemen, but it feels like we're taking in more money than was actually needed to do it, and I think it needs to be more balanced and more accountability to it. That's my feelings.
Thank you, Nate.
Bill Woolsey?
I'm Bill Woolsey. I live at 961 Maureen Drive in Huntington. And I would ask that you all please look at the tax increase last year. I believe the 13% increase was excessive, and I would hope that you would be able to reduce it. I really appreciate the support of this commission and your chairman and your district administrator in working with the town to try to get a tax credit on the tax bill. We've been making progress, and I think that will help reduce taxes if it works out for the people in the town a good bit. But there's the people in the unincorporated area, and they wouldn't be included. And so I just think it's very important that you try to roll back your taxes a little bit if you can. I would like to see at least 2 mills, but if you can't do that, 1 mill, 3 mills would be better, in my opinion. Also, you know, you're looking at increasing the sewer rates, and I've looked at your information, and I understand that you've been running an operating deficit on sewers, and you're not bringing enough revenue to cover the cost. So I understand how you need some increase, but you know, when I look at the figures, it looks to me like these increases are to go from deficit to building surpluses over the year, and I don't see that that's necessary. So thank you.
Lindy Palmer?
Lindy Farmer, 27 Peregrine Drive. I reiterate what has been said previously about the tax millage. Hopefully it can be reduced. I also hope that you can reduce the expenditure on the new fire station to a reasonable amount. I still think it's excessive, and I think there are many ways, looking at the project, that you could cut some costs and still have a very, very nice new fire station. So I am hoping that you can roll back some of the taxes, because people have had enough taxes. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak that is not signed in? Yes. You sign in for me, please. And state your name and address. Elizabeth Singleton?
Yes, I'm at 1833 North Rumble Road. I have seen over the last several years nothing but increases, but no benefits from the increases. One, you're increasing everything. We operate 4 days a week for the public. 4 days. Your administration does not take care of your people. That's your job. You work 4 days a week. There are plenty of people who don't have the availability, and Fridays are their only days to come to the main office. It makes no sense. Every other public service office operate 5 days, to include the Now Dominion Energy, CPW, all of the Mount Pleasant offices. What makes us so special? I mean, you said that when we got the new rollouts for the pickup for the garbage, it would lower our costs. But yet still right after that, you tax a $10 late fee that you didn't tell anybody you were gonna attach. All of this thing coming back to us. Then in the meantime, right after that, you all were supposed to be working 2 days a month. You claim you stopped. Did you lower your cost of what it costs for you to operate? Are you still getting the same amount of money? Because if you're still getting the same amount of money, then we are being at a disservice. You operate 1 day of a month for the commission. But if your fees are still the same, then we are being cheated as citizens. Thank you.
We have one. Ruth Yak.
Hi, this millage rate, you gotta drop this, it's just going up and up as I look at the projected years. In 2021, it goes up to another millage, then following year 2, and then another one, and, I mean, it's like half of our tax, our property tax and car tax. I mean, our cost of living rates aren't going up to match this. This is ridiculous. There's gotta be some cost containment going on here. And, you know, people are complaining, but I sort of am feeling like it's landing on deaf ears. So y'all need to take a look at your budget, get it in line, and give us a break. I mean, as homeowners, we can hardly live with the taxes. You do a good job, I give you that, but you can still do a good job and cut your budget somehow. Thank you.
I think that's it.
Do we have any other comments on the public hearing?
Would you like to speak?
Yeah, just
Vernon
Simmons.
Simmons.
Yes, I'm kind of just getting the hang of this. This is my first time coming. I and my mother, Betty Simmons, live at 1623 Secessionville Road. And like I said, basically I just want to reiterate what you only sit back there, that you need to notify us more in advance about, when you're gonna have these meetings. I just happened to find out about it by coincidence, glancing on Facebook. Any place else, the city, the county, whatever have meeting, is, advertised in the newspaper. Some even put commercials on. I mean, just so happened, I just happened to notice that. There used to be a time when they would have meetings. It shouldn't be just word of mouth. It's, it should be, put something up in the church flyers or something else, but it just Facebook. I don't know what other advertisement you put up, but that's the only thing I saw, and I think it should be something better than that. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
I think that's it. Does anyone else would like to speak?
Okay, has a suggestion. They would like to do the second time, since she'll have 15 minutes. Sure.
If anybody want to do it a second time?
I'd like to make a comment if I can. Maybe on the sign-in sheet, if it's okay with y'all, if we can have a place for an email and a little block that says, would you like to be contacted, yes or no, in regards to either your comment or about something? Because this is how we get to find out what's going on. It is in the paper, it was advertised. We meet every single month on the fourth Monday, always, and it's outside of the Harris Teeter and stuff like that. But that way, then we got another means of contacting you instead of having to wait, you know? So if that's, you know, if that's something we can talk about later, if that's just,
We can talk about that.
okay, thank you.
Okay, I call the public hearing closed. Thank everybody for coming. The regular meeting will be starting in about 15 minutes. And we have agendas for those up, if anybody wants to stay for that. We thank you for your comments, and I guarantee you that they will all be taken into consideration. Thank you again.